Basically, yes. Guys, how many people are having knowledge about the DevOps, please? How many people are having knowledge or any kind of experience and any idea about the DevOps? Please, can you respond? Yes, guys, we are going to covering that Linux, CentOS. We are going to covering CentOS and Red Hat, Ubuntu. We are going to covering. Okay, Trinath, what is that knowledge? Please, can you explore that? Whatever you are having. And we are going to covering that Git and the GitHub. Next to Jenkins, we are going to covering. Maven, we are going to covering. Tomcat, SonarQube, Nexus, and Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Next, Apache Web Server. Mr. Please keep in mute. Keep in mute, Mr. Trinath, please. Apache Web Server, Nginx Web Server, and MySQL. We are going to covering MySQL, shell scripting. Okay, and AWS we are going to covering. In AWS, nearly 15 to 18 services we are going to covering. We are going to 15 to 18 services. Okay, and so how to wait for the complete whenever we'll get that complete successful or okay. I have that okay high-speed internet, but today I'm launching or I'm using that by mobile net. So we don't know what will happen in next. Okay. But okay, we'll continue with this network. What is DevOps? What is DevOps? What do you mean by DevOps?
It is like a software cycle where check is went into the production directly after the check means after the testing has been done within the same day.
You said that, but your voice also clear, but your side noise also coming more than your voice. Okay. Yes, remaining guys. Okay, we'll discuss with once again that Trinath. Yes, please. Okay. Yes, remaining guys. Banu, Muhammad, Rami, and Sanjeev, Srikanth. What is mean by DevOps?
Sorry, Ravindra, I do not have any idea on this.
Srikanth. Okay, fine, no issue. And the remaining guys, Sanjeev, do you have any idea? Okay, Mr. Rami, no idea. Okay. So the Trinath having, but we didn't get that clarity wise. Okay, whatever that we will see that. Okay, okay, I'll give that explanation. Okay, we'll discuss that. Okay. So DevOps, DevOps, DevOps. What is mean by development, and what is mean by ops, operations? Development plus operations. Okay. In this case, what we are doing that is here. DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies, practice, and tools that increase an organization's ability to develop or to deliver clients' applications and their services at a high velocity. Okay, high velocity. Yes, evolving and improving products to transfer in the fast mode, than faster phase than organizations. In fast mode, okay, faster phase than organizations. Using traditional software development and infrastructure management process. By this speed, enables organizations to better service their customers and compete more effectively in the market. Okay. It's a philosophy, it's a culture, it's a combination of work. Who are working in the DevOps, they want to work with it together. They want to work with it together. It's me. Maybe that DevOps team having relationship with some others. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yeah.
Just imagine it. If you are working with it, if you are working on the DevOps side, if you are working on DevOps side, as per a DevOps rule or a DevOps philosophy, we need to work with it together. Which means in previous also, before DevOps also, yes, we are working with it together. Which means that we are working with some other teams. We are working with some other teams. Yes. What are the teams are there? Are there? Yes. Yes. Development. Development. Next. Next. Yes. Build. Next. Next. Test. Release. Test. Release. Okay. See, we need to develop the code. We need to build the code. Yes, whenever we build the code, I think who is the developer? I mean that who are the programmers? Please, guys, how many programmers are here? Please let me know. Banu is the programmer. Yes, Banu, you are the programmer. Are you programmer? No, I'm not getting clearly.
I'm
You are
not
not
a
a
programmer.
Okay, fine. Yes, Trinath. Yes, please. I wanted to, but your voice not clear. Now try to speak once again. That please try to talk little bit.
Yeah, actually,
Now,
actually
now
we
very
have.
okay, very clear. Yeah, you can continue. Your voice very clear now.
Yeah, we have one more thing in between, that is the deployment. So development, build, deployment, test, and release.
Okay, you are working on that up to test and release.
Actually, I'm working in Agile, so we will test our code. Whatever the code we have developed, we will test it.
Okay, by using which tools? But is it unit testing or Selenium testing?
Actually, it is a unit testing
Okay, so you
using
are
mock
not a code tester.
actions.
So you are not going to releasing that.
No, actually, yeah.
I think you are not working that operation side. The release belongs to operations.
Actually, the client will take a call on that one. He will create a label, and from that label, from once the label is finalized, they will continue with the release.
Okay. As our company mean better to use that our company. I'm also employee. Our company, wherever we are working, yes, we are feeling that's our company. Okay, then we can feel like that, and then only we can work with that company. Okay. Now see. Now the reverse process. Monitoring. We are going to monitoring. Okay. So we are going to operating also. Yes. Operation. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next. Monitor. Monitor. Once again. Feedback. And once again. New plan. New plan. And the product. And the product. Okay. Feedback loop, the process. This is the feedback loop. See, this is one kind of cycling. It's calling as a continuous plan, continuous development, continuous build, continuous test, continuous release, continuously operation, Continuously we are going to monitoring. Continuously we are taking feedback, and once again the company, okay, they will get new requirement. Based on their requirement, we need to design one new plan. Is it common thing or not in our day to day? Yes, guys, is it common thing or not? Yes, it's common. It's calling as the SDLC life cycle. SDLC, software development life cycle. Just imagine it. You can assume if you are the business folder. If you are the business folder, you can assume like that. I'm the DevOps engineer. Yes, you are here. I'm the client. Sorry, you are the client. I have one company. I'm the software vendor. Imagine it. So you are having money and you are having business starts. You are planning to start business, e-commerce business or some other any other kinds of business. Maybe, but almost it belongs to online. You need to sell the product online. You need to purchase the product by online. You don't know how you are going to purchasing that. There's none of us, or there's none up to your clients, your customers. But you are selling online only. Here. Now you are planning to start business on online basis. It's maybe imagine it's a e-commerce business or something like that. Now, today you have started the process. Today, early morning you have started the process. How I want to do business? What are the prerequisites? Yes, you don't know what is that software and you don't know how it works. But okay, you should have that strong requirement that okay, you are having that strong demand. Yes, I want to work with that. Okay, but finally you decided I want to do that business, but I don't know how to manage this e-commerce business. Yes, you reach it to someone, one of your friend is having basic knowledge or intermediate knowledge, whatever that. Yes, he said that. First of all, we should have some pre-requirements. Those are the softwares or equipments or systems or network, something like that. Okay, and some data center like that you need to maintain. Okay, fine. He said that. After that, he gathered some more information about that vendors. Who are going to developing this kind of environment or this kind of software. Okay, finally, yes, you reached me also. I'm also one of the person and software vendors list. Okay, yes, whenever you come to in front of me, yes, now I'm going to deliver in that. Guys, please keep in mute. Okay, I'm going to delivering that. Yes, this is the process. In this process, you need to give your plan, what you are thinking that, and which kind of business you are thinking that, and how many hours you are going to are running your business. How many hours you want to run your business for a day? Is it 24 hours or okay a particular period of time? Yes, and how many employees are there? How much you are having stock? Which kind of stock you are having? Okay, from where you are going to purchasing, and what are the your sales product details? Everything we are going to gathering that. This is complete belongs to client. Okay. Yes, client have given this kind of information. Yes, I want to do this kind of so-and-so business. Yes, this is my product. So yes, okay, I want to purchase from the different clients. okay, are different okay, vendors, and I want to sell this product on different prices or something like that. Okay, fine. So we decided, the company decided, okay, so this is our product and this is your business, and you should have these prerequisites. Okay, first of all, you need to set up this complete environment. Then only you need to start that business. Okay, client got this information from the vendor, software vendor. Now, once again, client want to decide it. Okay, we need to come budget. Okay, the second round, once again the client approached me that, yes, what is the budget? Here also, yes, you need to think, see, this is the general common format, it's a high-end level. Maybe the employees, maybe the monitoring and who are going to operating the SCS, maybe who are going to build and release, these kind of people, maybe they don't have that idea. Yes, as per their responsibility, they are building that. Okay, who are working that SDLC process, okay, who are working as a Scrum Master, someone, yes, someone said that I'm working at Agile. Okay, yes, are you contacting with the Scrum Master, Mister? Are you going to contacting with the Scrum Master? You know what is that Scrum Master? Okay, we'll see that. What is the Scrum Master? Yes, Mr. Trinath, please, can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, he's the person who actually monitors the group. Means we will have groups, so he will monitor. Means he will take care of the business things, and he will monitor the performance of each and every person, and he will allocate the stories to us.
Yes. Okay. He's the primary person. He is the mediator between client and vendor. Okay, this we are having different roles here, and different peoples are there, but we'll discuss later on that. Okay, but in one basic class, we can't discuss much more about that. Okay, but I'll try to give that much more clarity. Okay, so in this process, now client going to approaching once again that vendor. Okay, Mr. Vendor, I have decided. Okay, I want to start my business, and you have to start, okay, your process for my business. Yes, what is the budget? Okay, now once again the vendor asking that how many servers required, and first of all maybe they will think that, yes, what's your budget? Every business holder they can plan it now. Yes, this is my principal amount. Okay, this is my capital. Okay, I want to yes, this is my capital, I want to invest that. Yes, maybe they're using for some management purpose also. For example, just imagine it, if you are having 10 lakhs business, 10 lakhs amount, inside that 10 lakhs, you need to spend for some raw infrastructure. You need to spend for infrastructure, and you need to send that some some capital amount to purchase the raw material. Yes or no? Yes, who are working that business, maybe they are having that idea. Okay, so in this bucket, finally, okay, I can spend for yes, so 50 lakhs amount for infrastructure. Infrastructure mean, what are the infrastructure here? Office materials, and some other things. Okay, fine. Out of this, how can you spend this? How can you spend, or how much you can spend that amount for software development? Saying that, yes, I can spend for 40 lakhs. Imagine it. Out of this 40 lakhs, the vendor want to decide it. As per his business, how many servers required, how many employees required, which kind of software is required. You need to plan it. You need to plan it. Okay, and you need to get that profit also. Need to get profit also. How many days it will take time? See, only software development purpose only. Software development purpose only. Okay. And one more thing, that support also. And now vendor asking that client, okay, fine, after developing the software, what about support? Support means client asking that. Okay, after developing the product, if you'll get any kind of technical issues on your business product or business software, how can you resolve that? Do you have any separate team? Is it mandatory or not? Is it mandatory or not, guys? Yes. How many people are working their support, product support, middleware support? Yes, it's common. It's important, very important. Okay. And okay. So first of all, finish the process. First of all, finish this process. The first, give me one product as per our requirement. Okay, then we can decide it. Okay. Now the process started. Okay, you forget, the vendor forgetted about that support. Now you want to give the product to client. Okay. Now client asking how many days you can give that. Okay, I'll give that within 1 month. Sure. It's calling as a SLA. Yes, are we having that software license agreement, Mr. Legal agreement? Yes. Who are working that side, Mrs. Trinath? I think you are having some basic knowledge. Yes. Every software vendor and software client, they should take agreement. They should take agreement. Okay. This process a little bit different. We'll see that. Okay, they have taken that agreement. Now from the vendor side, they have started. They have started the process. Yes, now they are going to designing the process. They are going to designing the process, planning. In this plan, how many department want to create? How many departments are going to involving in this plan, guys? How many departments? Yes, see, now we are having different departments. What is that? Yes, development department is there, and build department is there. Build department is there. Okay, build department is there. What they can build here? Yes, programmer want to say that. Before that, yes, unit test. Unit test. It belongs to product testing or code testing. Product testing or build testing. Yes, code testing. Okay, it belongs to code testing. Now see, I'll say that. Okay, the process, that how the process will start. Practically, how can we do that? So yes, I'll give that as some kind of process. So generally, these are the programmers. These are the programmers. What are the responsibilities of the programmer? They want to develop the code. They want to develop the code. After developing, what they have to do? Yes, Mr. Who are working as a programmers, please. Yes, programmer. Yes, unit test and maintenance. Maintenance, that process different. Maintenance, that process different. Okay. Programmers are writing their programs. After that, they are going to centralizing that. They are going to centralizing. Centralize means they want to check in or check out the code in any one SCM repository. How many people are having knowledge about that SCM? I'm asking about the programmers, and I'm asking a little bit about the system administrator. Yes.
Yes, sir. Post development and unit testing, we push it to Git.
Okay. After developing the code, we are going to centralizing. So if you want to centralize the code, you can use any one tool. There are different tools. SVN is there, Bitbucket is there, ClearCase is there, RTC is there, Fairpost is there, and Git is there. Okay. TFS is there. So many tools are there. Out of these tools, but we are using Git. Which one is famous in the industry? It's a very famous tool, very demand, very lightweight, very easy to process. Okay, and open source also. Open source is there, and license also there. Support product. So now the programmers are writing their programs. After that, they are going to centralizing this code. Guys, keep in mind, we are using Git. Not only Git is there. Okay. Whatever I told that, yes, there are number of software, but we are using Git. Now, see where is the code? Yes, in this process, code development is over. Yes, now one more. Okay. It's a very powerful tool. It's calling as a CI/CD. Continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment. Continuous delivery, continuous development, continuous deployment, continuous integration. Okay. Now, here so many tools are involving. See, once upon a time in traditional method, okay, there is a lot of communication gap. Yes, unit test. We can test. First of all, you can pull the code. We can pull the code from SCM to CI/CD server. Here we are using Jenkins. Yes. Then we are going to sending unit testing level also. You can test it. Whenever you are having any kind of bugs or any kind of issues related to code, who are the responsible? Yes, we are sending back. To programmer. We are sending to programmer. Next, once again the programmers are going to modifying that, and once again they are going to versioning that. then they are pushing to repository. As a build engineer, we scheduled that, auto scheduled that. Okay, once again the Jenkins server will pull the code from SCM to its location. Then once again it will send to unit test. Okay, once again the unit test process will process until when you get success on the unit test. Okay, okay, fine, you got success message on the test. What is that unit test? Once again, we are sending to code quality also. Code quality. In unit test, what we can see, is there any logical errors or not? Yes, Mr. Trinath, am I correct? Please try to respond. Who are having the programming experience? Unit test part is different. Code quality is different. Code quality is different. Yes. Okay. And null checks also. Code quality. What is the code quality? What is the code quality? Yes. This is the program. Just imagine it. This is the program. In this program, we can write one more method. We can write one more method. Yes, A comma B comma C. A comma B comma C. Yes. A equals to B equals to and C equals to C equals to this one. Yes. If you write it once again, same program we can write in one more method. Why we want to think like this? Yes. We can write this one. Okay. How can we write? Same. We can write. Okay. We can reduce that. D equals to how much we are having? 600. Now you can remove this. Okay. Okay. Remove this one. Now see. You can say here the same. Don't mind, I'm not a programmer. Okay, I'm the very beginner. Don't try to compare with me. Yes, we are having that SonarQube and Jira. Okay, JMeter, like that. We are having different tools. Yes, C equals to A plus B plus C. Okay, see. Now you tell me. You tell me which one is C. This is one program. This is one kind of program. And this is one kind of program. And this is one kind of program. Yes. If you compare with these three programs, which one is the better one? Which one is the lightweight? Yes. Which one is the lightweight? Guys, try to see. And which one having heavy weight? No. No. All will give error. How you can say that? I think here we are having that.
Actually, in Java, inside a static method, you can have only static variables, not an instance variables.
Instance?
Inside a static method, as main method is a static method, you cannot have instance variable inside a main method. It should
Okay.
static variable.
Now if you see this one, is some dot Java. Yes, I'm going to say already. Okay, here that's not available. See, I'm placing in downloads location. Save this one. Now come here. I'm taking one example. So we placed in the downloads location. See, the program is here. Yes, we are having Java, and Java C also is working successfully. It's Java C some dot Java. Now you tell me. See? What are these? It means is it success or not? It means is it success or not? Every program 100% will compile. Every program will compile successfully. There is no any issue. But thing is, you need to check on quantity, quality. Every program, whatever we have written the program, every program gives the same result. Banu, please keep in mute. Every program gives that same output. But you have to think that the size of the code. This is the big war between operation engineer and developer engineer. This is the big problem in between programmer and operation team. Finally, whatever you have written the code, we need to compile and we can execute that product and we need to deploy into the production environment. Once you place in the production environment, yes, there we will get a number of issues. We'll get number of issues. Number of issues mean, yes, who are having that system administrators here, yes, they know that. But as a programmer, okay, you don't have that much of idea and you will not know about that. You need not to know about that. Okay, is the once upon that traditional, but nowadays, okay, we are going to avoiding that communication gap between operation team and the developer. It's calling as a working with together combination of development plus operations. So once you deploy the product in the production server, there we will get a lot of issues. Yes, the thing is first compatibility issues. Maybe it belongs to compatibility issue. Maybe the operating system will not give the support or will not give the permission to run that product. And version compatibility, network compatibility, and database data. Whenever you are going to entering the data, whenever you are going to storing the data in the database, maybe that time we'll get that database issues. And whenever you are going to fetching data from the database, maybe we'll get that kind of issue, fetching issues, and we'll get some more. We'll get that disk space issue, processor issue, RAM issue, and some other link issues, one software to another software. Yes, versioning also. Okay, we'll get a lot of issues. You believe on it. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a programmer. I belongs to system engineer, system administrator. We are treating as a monkey. In the DevOps method, we are calling programmers as a monkey. They are the monkeys. You know that how the monkey behave? Is it having constant idea? Is it behave that on constant method, one particular method? Immediately, within the seconds or within the minutes, they will change their opinions, their thoughts, their expressions. In the DevOps method, programmers are monkeys. It's mean why we are calling like that. Whenever they are having new idea or new opinion, immediately they will implement in the program format. They will show their ideas, their opinions in the programming format. Then immediately they will send to repository. We don't know how they have written that, what they have written inside that. That's none of business to the remaining team. Okay, is it a compilable product or not? If it is not compilable, as a system engineer, we need not to worry about that. But we need to worry about that, yes, as soon as we need to give the product to customer. You and me, you need to concentrate on that concept. We are the team. We are the team as per client requirement, as per client, okay, product. Okay, we need to give the product where they have given time. Within the time, we need to submit that on time. That's the responsibility. Before that, what you can do, whatever you want. Finally, you have to give one particular quality of the product. In this case, programmers are writing their programs based on their opinions. They are writing, see, this is also output. This is also output. These three programs are correct. This is the client requirement. This is the client requirement. But where is the problem? Where is the problem? See, for this time they got one idea. Yes, they have written the same program. After that, yes, once again they have written one more method, same output. After that, they got one more idea, they have written. But finally, if you compare with these programs, yes, it gives much more risk to operation team. Here, unnecessary statements are there. Unnecessary statements are there. Whenever you are going to putting in this product, whenever you are going to put in this product in the operation environment, by this program, it's consumed disk space. By this program, whenever you are going to transporting from one server to another server, it is consume that, okay, network consumption. It consume network, and it consume that processor, and it consume that RAM. Okay. Finally, the operating system also will go slow that to process this product. Reason, there are number of lines. There are number of lines. Whenever you are going to comparing with this program, see, this is a very simple program. This is very simple program. You need not worry about this one. Yes, here, whenever you are going to comparing this program will consume less RAM, less disk space, and less network, and less processor. Finally, we'll get a little bit fast process. Okay, this is the major issue in the environment also. As a programmer, who are working as a programmer, they want to think always. They want to think always as a programmer. We need to think always. We need to write less code and we need to give the quality of the product, quality of the output. This is the concept. This is the concept. Once upon a time, there was a big fight with programmers and operation team because they are going to writing whatever they want. After that, they are sending to build a location. Yes, the build tool will build the product, and after that, we are going to deploy that. It's calling as a lot of communication gap. Nowadays, we need to avoid that. We need to avoid that. Whenever the programmer is going to developing the code, as a system engineer, as a system administrator, as a configuration team engineer, I want to approach them. Which version of code you are using that? Which version of Java you are using? Which kind of tools you are going to using? Which version of tools you are using that? Which tools you are using? Which version of tools you are using that? Because as per client requirement, if you want to run that, if we need to run this product in his production server, we need to this one. We need to use this one. As per plan, we decided to use these tools. Yes, use these tools. From my end, I am also configuring these tools in my production server, and your environment also you need to use these tools to avoid communication gap. Yes, which kind of network sockets you are using that? IPv4 or IPv6 or something like that. Any kind of, which kind of networks you are using that? Okay. Which kind of include it? Yes, this is the concept. So this is the concept. On this basis, what we have to do? We need to process that. See, to avoid this kind of that, it's calling as a code quality. Here, what we are doing that? We are going to concentrating code quality. Whenever you want to maintain the code quality, manually we can't check it. We can check, but we can't check which line by line, statement by statement, or from first character to first line, first character to last line, last character. There are some other tools. Third-party tools are there. SonarQube is there, Jira is there, and JMeter is there. Some other tools are there. JUnit is there. So many tools are there. We are going to sending that process. We are going to allocating that task to code quality tools. Whenever we are having code quality error or success, there is no problem. Whenever we are having code quality error, yes, we are sending back to programmer. They are the responsible. Yes, they want to enter into the code once again. They want to modify, and after that they want to push to repository. As a build engineer, what you have to do? We need to pull the code once again. We need to that unit test, and we need to test that code quality. But maybe some programmers are going to hand over in that one unit test. Almost the priority, the process goes to programmers. They're the responsible for unit test also. Okay, some cases we can do that one also. See, once it's over, what next? Whenever you get success message on code quality, then we are sending to code conversion. Code conversion means we are going to converting source code into executable code. It's calling as a build process. Here we are having a lot of build tools. Maven is there, Ant is there, Make is there, MS Build is there, Gradle is there. Okay. and some other tools. NRAC is there. So many tools are there. Builder is there. Like that, so many tools. But we are using Ant and Maven. We are using Ant and Maven. What is the use of this builder tool? It converts source code into executable form. It converts into source code into executable. Yes, whenever we are having problem with the build, once again, who is the responsible person? Yes, programmers are the responsible. Here we need to concentrate on that. Maybe some issues will rise with the system environment side, the system engineer, the build engineer. Maybe it belongs to configuration process. Maybe it belongs to configuration and what is that? Installing the softwares, and maybe some of the issues with system issues. Okay, we can't concentrate, or we can't say that particularly this belongs to programmer. Whenever we get build fail, okay, you should not decide that. We can't decide, okay, immediately this problem belongs to programmer. The system side also we are having some configurations. Maybe incompatible Java version and incompatible Maven, or maybe some plugins problem, maybe some of that path problem, environment variables problem. First of all, we need to check it. We need to check it. Yes. Okay. Maybe the error belongs to programmer or the system engineer or this DevOps administrator. Okay. DevOps administration means we are going to configure in different tools now. So that reason, maybe that problem belongs to system administrator and programmer, and one more person, code manager also. Maybe the problem belongs to source code manager. Maybe we are having some problems with, we will get some issues with SCM also. Okay, network issues also maybe we'll get sometimes. Okay, but we can't decide immediately once the build fail. Okay, once the build success, what next? We need to place this product in the repositories. It's calling as a Artifactory repositories. Artifactory means executable product. Yes, there is that SCM, there is also repositories, Git repositories, but we are maintaining source code inside that. It's a raw material, raw code. We are placing raw code inside that SCM, but here we are placing that executable products. We are placing that executable product inside these repositories. Here we are using that Nexus. See, Jenkins is a very powerful tool. We are going to integrating all these tools to Jenkins for what? Continuous integration, continuous build, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment. It's a very powerful tool. So that reason, okay, we are not avoiding in any case using of Jenkins. It's very important concept. Yes, I can't say that by one single word here we are having lot of tasks. We can do that. Yes, we can continuously integrate the code for what? To test the code and for maintaining that code quality, to build and to deployment. Okay, and not only, yes, nearly 1,000 above plugins are there. Code is in SCM execution. Yes, we can say that yes, we can integrate the code. We will see that practically. We'll see that nearly 1,000 above plugins are there. 1,000 above mean 1,000 tasks. 1,000 tasks. But maybe we can work with 10 to 15 tasks. how many types of products, how many types of environments in the world? Okay, they all can use this Jenkins. Adobe, Oracle, and Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud, and what is that? IBM. Okay, and what is that? Amazon, and Python plugins, Java plugins, and big data. Not only these tools, so many tools are there. But we are not working on all these tools now. Are we working? Are you working, Mr. Mohammed? No, we can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. But as for our requirement, we are going to using 10 to 15 or 20 tools. Maybe maximum we can't more than 50. More than 50. Okay, but we are getting some default plugins. Whenever we are going to configure Jenkins, that time we are getting 30 to 25 to 30 default plugins. Those are the common plugins. Other than those plugins, we are going to using or the remaining 20 are okay below 20. Overall, finally we can get or we can install or we are working with 50 plugins. If you want some other, you can integrate whenever you want. You can develop your own plugins also. That's kind of process. See, its complete belongs to repository in between system administrator and repository manager. There is no any kind of problem in between programmer and this repository. Whenever we are having problem, this problem belongs to system administrator or configuration manager. Okay, installations are configured. What is that? Some environment variables. So some what is that? Version compatibilities and repository creation. Yes, Nexus administrator and a system administrator. System administrator nothing but a configuration engineer. So what next? Okay, once we place into repository, what next? Now the test team are going to involving. Now we are sending to test engineer. Test the product. Yes, we are calling that in-house testing and UAT testing. Before sending to client, as per client requirement, this product is okay or not? If this product is okay or not, we are sending that. We are testing that. Okay, once the final, okay, in-house testing, then we are sending to client location. We are placing in the pre-testing environment. In that is from that server, the clients also can test their product as per their quality, as per their requirement. Is it or not? If it is not okay, yes, once again, here who is the responsible person? Almost programmers. Okay. By this product, there is no any kind of that logical issues. Logical issue means that belongs to compiler. Product will work. Just imagine it. So this is the menu. Yes, you are the developer. You have given this program. Yes, whenever I develop this one, whenever I build it, yes, I got this kind of product. Whenever I done this product, yes, we are getting. Yes, there is no any kind of problem with this one. See, everyone successfully working. Yes, okay. Every option working successfully. But problem with some changes required. See, I want to place this one CSS to in another tab. Maybe it belongs to purchase tab, but it's located in the sales tab. Maybe it belongs to that employees tab, but it's located in the email tab. This kind of issues. Maybe some functions are not working properly. Some functions are not showing that proper information. But logically it's compiled. There is no any problem with the compiler. Successfully it's compiled, successfully it's running, but some functional problems. So that reason, who is the responsible person? Who is the responsible person? Programmer only. They want to change their self. Okay, now, okay, once the okay, yes, UAT, we need to get that approval from the UAT, user acceptance test. Then only the product is ready to deploy, or then only the product is ready to release. Ready to release. Okay, yes, now the process. See, DevOps, development is there, operation is there. Up to your development part over, up to build, development part over. They are building that, they are placing into repository. From here, yes, operation team involving development plus operations. If you want to develop this one, yes, how can we develop? Where we can develop? This is the concept. Now, product testing over. Now we are going to continuous deployment. We are having that concept now. Continuous deployment is pre-deployment, pre-release. It's calling as a yes, pre-release, and deployment, production, prod server. Deployment. Yes, this is the kind of process. See, we are having this much process. Not only this, next some more tools are involving. Those are also very important. The real concept will start. This is the one first basic part. Another part. Yes, systems, environment. See, here I am taking one example. If you are going to any kind of functions or marriage or something, that attendees are, imagine it, more than 100 or 200, 300 or 1000 or okay, imagine it. But who are going to preparing that food items or something, that maybe they are the less than 50. It depends on that attendees. Okay, depends on his attendees. For example, there are going to attending that 500 attendees. Okay, maybe yes, enough with 15 to 20 members, or 10 members also enough to arrange all kinds of items. How many attendees are there, and how many chefs are there? Here, we can develop the code, we can build the code with 1 or 2 persons, or with 1 or 2, 3 servers. It's enough. Here, how many servers required? See, how many servers required? Maximum 3 to 4 are servers required, enough. But if you want to deploy the product, how can you deploy in the production environment? How many servers required? How many types of platforms required? Client asking that, Windows platform asking that, and Mac OS asking that, and some other that Solaris, IBM servers is asking that, and Windows and Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora C is asking that. He want to spread his business on all platforms.